Good afternoon, Cedarfield family. I hope you all are doing well on this fine October 14th. This is our live chat being taped and here live. Those of you that are here at the community, thank you for tuning in to our next probably 60 minutes of information. Those of you that are listening tonight, both families, residents, looking at the recording once again, those of you that are part of our Pinnacle Advantage membership, and people who are on our priority list that are looking at this video tonight, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy, hectic schedule to find out a little bit more about what's going on here at Cedarfield. The format today is as follows. Yours truly is going to do a little COVID update here for the next 20 minutes, followed by some community operations updates. Matt Dameron is here to talk about the licensed areas, assisted living, our memory support assisted living, and our 3 neighborhoods in the health center. Rebecca Lewis is here to talk about wellness and leisure. Beth is here to talk about the grounds and horticultural updates. We were going to have an update with rehab services, but Penny, our director of rehab, is out on vacation today. And probably Jack Johnson will be here from maintenance, along with Allison from philanthropy and Christy from marketing. So thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. First, a little COVID-19 updates. Here are some of the facts for those of the residents that just want the numbers, the figures. Globally, we are approaching 39 million people who have had a case of COVID-19. That's up from 39 million, up from 34 million from 2 weeks ago. And we crossed, we're about to approach 1,100,000 very, very unfortunate deaths around the globe. Here nationally, the trends in the United States, we are approaching about 8,050,000 cases, and that is up from about 7.5 million from about 2 weeks ago. The number of Americans who have lost their lives here in the last 8 months is 221,000, and 2 weeks ago that number rested at 210,000. Here regionally, the trends are as follows. In Virginia, we have 162,000 cases. Nationally, Virginia still ranks 15th, and we have ranked 15th consistently here for the last 4 weeks across the United States with the most cases. In the Commonwealth here, we have 3,383 unfortunate deaths. Virginia, our 7-day positivity rate sits at about 5% and holding steady from this time about 2 weeks ago. So when you're looking at the news and you see the United States map out on some of these news networks, and you see a lot of the different states that have outbreaks with usually a red color with a spike in cases, Virginia's doing pretty good still. So that's all great news. Here locally, Henrico, we have 5,832 cases collectively here over the last 8 months. Henrico still rests at the 5th ranking, the county ranking here in the Commonwealth with the most cases. And over the last 2 weeks, Henrico County lost about 4 additional people. So now the county is reporting that we have lost 222 people, unfortunately, due to this COVID-19. Our 7-day positivity rate here in the county is 3.9% and holding steady from this time, again, 2 weeks ago. Chesterfield sits at 6,478. Chesterfield County also ranks 4th in the Commonwealth of Virginia in terms of the county ranking with the most cases. And in Chesterfield, the death increased to 98. So this time, 2 weeks ago, it was at 95. Chesterfield's holding at 4.6% of the 7-day positivity rate. So really, one more, Richmond City, 4,935 cases in the city of Richmond. That county sits at, or the city of Richmond sits at 7th when you look at the trends across the Commonwealth, and about 63 people have passed away in the city of Richmond. Their 7-day positivity rate sits at 3.9% and holding steady from last week. So in terms of the numbers, although we're seeing increases, we're holding pretty steady here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, so that's good news, and here locally. Cedarfield's trend is we are in our 34th week, or our 8th month of implementing our COVID-19 evolving preparedness plan, and overall, I believe we are doing a great job. Both the residents in compliance with our shared values and the team members with our shared values, and just operating a retirement community in a global pandemic, we are just doing an amazing job from my perspective. Our goal has always been, from the very beginning, for those of you that are just moving into the community, has always been the safety and well-being of the residents and the team members and any of their families that come onto the property. I know I speak for the entire leadership team when I say we are absolutely grateful for everyone's attentiveness and support as we navigate this very disruptive pandemic, and as we're doing it together. It is more critical now as we're heading into these winter months that we continue, despite what you hear on the news throughout the day. There's all these reports now about wearing masks, not wearing masks. Are they effective? Are they not effective? We're staying the course here at Cedarfield. We're going to continue to have that as one of our shared values, wearing masks, not sharing masks, washing hands, great infection control. And so, again, we've been saying this since March. We are all in this together, and I could not be more proud of 800 people. 500 that live here, 300 that work here, all coming together to keep people safe. I mean, really, we're just doing a great job. In addition, I think we're doing a great job in the city of Richmond around our industry. Westminster Canterbury is doing a great job. Covenant Woods is doing an awesome job. Lakewood, Manor, Beth Shalom, to name a few. We're all coming together and supporting the Virginia Department of Health like you've never seen before. And just being privy to so many different conference calls, I counted them before I came in here, 14 conference calls every week with governing agencies, and just to hear the stories that are really outside of the state of Virginia about the non-compliance. We really are really blessed here in this city to have providers such as the ones I just named, and having an agency along our side called Leading Age Virginia. The hospitals are doing a great job. I hear confidence in all of these 14 conference calls every week from the professionals that are helping us navigate this very difficult situation. So Unfortunately, in the political environment, there's lots of messages that are being sent our way, particularly one that just last night, not wearing masks is now okay. So again, I just want everyone to know that we are following the science. We are listening to the science here in the county and here locally at Cedarfield, and we're listening to the data. We're using it to help our evolving preparedness plan. We can certainly understand the mental fatigue as we're all heading indoors now, as the fall's approaching, and the potential risk for more social isolation and inconvenience for maybe some that think masks is really not a big deal. But I would plead with everyone that's listening, let's stay the course. There's a reason why Cedarfield's dashboard is completely green right now. And I like to believe that it's because everyone's doing their part. So we're going to stay the course here. In our licensed areas, we are now in phase 1. We've been in phase 1 for roughly about 2 weeks now, and the residents could not be happier. The staff could not be happier over there. Matt Dameron, the Associate Executive Director, has just been doing a great job leading the team, along with compliance with the Department of Health, Department of Social Services, the Offices of Licensure, Medicare, Department of Labor, and the CDC. So we have 6 agencies that are guiding what we should be doing. We're trying to mold all that information into one plan that protects 800 people here at the community. And so there's a balance in that, a balance of patience, courage, persistence, to make sure that we're listening to what these agencies are saying. Again, there's one of those agencies I just listed, just changed some of their requirements that we have to follow just an hour ago. And so, licensed areas are doing great. The dashboard is completely green. We have no positive cases. We have no pending tests. There's no one on our contact trace list. We have no signs and symptoms of any resident of COVID-19 as of this morning, and there is no resident under quarantine. So we're doing great. In independent living, one more just side note, if any resident who lives in a cottage and or an apartment that wishes to see the phase 1 plan and would like a copy of it, we purposefully did not put a copy in everyone's mailbox and cubby box because it's 12 pages long. And so if you live in the main building here in independent living or the cottage, please come down to the admin suite. We have copies on Renee's ledge here that you can pick up. If you are listening here and happen to live in the health center and or assisted living, those should have been in your mailbox last week, a copy of that phase 1. If you need another copy, just please reach out to your neighborhood leader and they'll be happy to get you a copy of that. In independent living, again, our dashboard is completely green. We have no positive COVID cases. We have no tests that are pending. No one's on our contact trace lists. And we have 0 residents that have been exhibiting any signs and symptoms as of this morning. And we headed into phase 3. Phase 3, the lion's share of the goal for phase 3 was to open up visitation. So effective last week, we opened up visitation for folks in the cottages in the main building, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 5 to 8. And for the first week, it went pretty good. We had on average about 20 guests come in to visit some residents each night, and the compliance was pretty good. So we thank those of the family members that are listening tonight. We thank you for your patience at the gatehouse as they work through a new process, and the residents whose family member did come and you returned the contact trace list to the concierge desk. We thank you very much. We, as a management team, we're pretty happy with how things went last week. So, all in all, it's a great story to tell right now. Again, both within our gates here at Cedarfield, Hermitage of Richmond's doing a great job, and the partners that I just listed at the top of the hour, we're really all doing a great job to protect the people that live in our communities. But more importantly, well, maybe not more importantly, but as important, there are many people in the marketplace that need to be at a Cedarfield. And so we have really ramped up many of our marketing and advertisement promotions to make sure that we're getting the message out that it's safe here and that amenities and services are alive and well. When you think of the continuum of care, moving to memory care or assisted living or the healthcare, that transition is just going really well, and the services in that licensed areas are doing great. When you think of the Pathways to Wellness program, it could not be more alive right now in helping people come up with their own well-being, comporting to now 10 well-being dimensions. When you think of our pastoral services that they have, not only each day, but each week and every month. The dining program is just unbelievable. We hear David and the admin office hear consistently from the residents about the program, the takeout program, and the offering in the restaurants. David's going to be here a little bit to talk about some exciting news within dining. Our maintenance team has a restored level of customer service excellence, which I know many residents have commented on over the last 2 months. Housekeeping entered into phase 2 several months ago. We're back to weekly cleaning. If I missed any team members area, I apologize. My point is that we're doing great. And we're able to look at amenities and services and unfold things back into the community as we all are coming together around these shared values to keep people safe. As an example, I've never seen more walking inside and outside of the chatterbox, for example, upstairs, and people really paying particular attention before we enter a meeting or after the meeting concludes, and someone raises their hand and says, "I got the infection control." And they pick up the bottle, the quaternarium, and they squirt down the tables and they squirt down the chairs. And as we continue, every one of us continue to really live out the shared values and keep people safe, and the dashboard is as green as I just mentioned here in the last 20 minutes. We're able to continue to work with the Department of Health and fold back in things, services and amenities in a very safe manner. Ping pong is another example. David's going to talk a little bit about the Atrium Cafe. And so I just want to, again, just thank everybody, really, in this global pandemic, when there is so much potential to find reasons to get down. I think really Cedarfield is giving many people reasons to look up. And I think we need to spread the news even more than we already are outside the gates of Cedarfield to let people know what we're doing. One more thing, a couple of residents have talked about the team members, the talent management. What are we doing in this global pandemic to make sure that we have hired the very best. And I just want to back up 1 second and talk about how we're taking care of our very own. First of all, we have 320 people who work here day to day. And I could not be more proud of the team coming into work every day, delivering a service package to residents in a very different way than we thought we would be doing 12 months ago. The team, I believe the team's morale, it depends on the day because of the things that we're throwing at them, but by and large, I think the team's morale is doing very well. Next week, we're actually going to start a team member satisfaction survey that we do every other year to gauge where we believe the team is at and garner the data and look at what people are really feeling about the community, and then develop an action plan, both on the strengths of what the team is telling us and the opportunities, and unfold that action plan moving into the winter here. So we're going to engage the team members, get their opinion, and use the data accordingly. We, from little things of like food truck, maybe not little, but food trucks, just giving people a chance to connect and rejoice and to celebrate, all the way through individual development plans. We have a concerted effort to help people with a career path here at Cedarfield. We now have 85 people that have a career, individual development plan, and we're helping them chart their course here at Cedarfield for the next several years. We are actively recruiting. We have not stopped recruiting. In fact, it's even more difficult now to recruit good people. You would think that given the unemployment market that and the condition of it, that you think it'd be easier to find good people. It's actually harder now for a variety of reasons, which I won't get into, but we are actively recruiting. We have hired the likes of a Chelsea Brown or a Matisse Kelly or an Andrea Jones. These are CNAs and nurses that now work in the 4th floor up in one of the 3 neighborhoods. And I could not be more proud to stand side by side with these new recruits and just watching them embrace our mission and our values and delivering just unbelievable service to the residents. I know Matt and Melissa are very proud of them, and so am I. And so recruitment, we're constantly finding new ways through social media and to find great team members. It's probably going to help us a lot that we just recently received a Richmond Times Dispatch top workplaces for 2020, which means that Cedarfield is the 3rd year in a row that this community has the distinguished honor of being within that list. We plan to celebrate with the team and the residents alike here in the next couple of weeks. You perhaps maybe saw that designation in the paper last week on Sunday. So it is a very high honor because the feedback comes directly from the team members who work here. The Richmond Times Dispatch actually hires a company, a third-party company, who collects the data and then reports it to the Richmond Times Dispatch. Wow, 3 years in a row. So we, again, intend to really use that designation and promote what a great culture we have here at Cedarfield for team members. So all in all, I think we're really doing great. I think that the campus is well positioned to head here into the winter months. I think we have our shared values down. We have some pockets here and there that we have to help re-educate about what our goals are, but I think collectively, by and large, we are doing just an awesome job. And I wanted to say thank you. I want to say thank you, and I can't say thank you enough. Managing a community of 800 people who live and work here and the position that we are in right now is of great comfort for not only myself, but the people on the leadership team. So that's my COVID update. We are going to head into, David, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. You want to talk
David's, we did that, we talked about that.
Yeah.
David Stewart is here. From those of you that don't know, David Stewart is our dining services director, and he has been here since the beginning of this community, over 24 years. David, take it away.
Thank you, Michael, and good afternoon, everybody. I am here with some updates for the dining program. First and foremost, I want to remind everybody that the cafe will be reopening for an evening meal service this week. Originally, we thought it would be Monday of next week, but the dining leadership team made some adjustments to the schedule, and we were able to make it happen this Friday. So this Friday evening, you can begin to have an evening meal service takeout from the cafe. What we're really excited about also is not only the service to you, but the service to your guests. If you happen to be having guests to come and visit with you, you're welcome to get guest meals from the cafe. One of the things the dining leadership team talked about today was scheduling, so I want to provide a little bit of clarity on the scheduling for the cafe. As you all know, it opens in the morning for breakfast and coffee, and is open also for lunch. What we're going to do is take a pause at 2 o'clock so the team can shut down and take a break, and then reopen at 3:30. So it'll be open from 8 to 2 and 3:30 till 7. And if we need to adjust that in the future, we can certainly look at that, but this will give the team a chance to have a break during the day. So again, this Friday, look forward to the cafe being open for evening meal service. It's at this point takeaway only. We did organize some tables and chairs out there for people to enjoy having a cup of coffee or reading the paper, or just a nice place to sit while they wait for their meal. But because of a couple of different situations with health department regulations, we're not ready yet for dining in the cafe. We'll continue to look at that and see if we can work that out in the future. And then the other thing we're looking at is on our menu for our people who choose to dine at home. And we do have quite a few who choose to dine at home. About 2/3 of our population regularly dine at home. That we're going to begin to take a close look at our menu offerings and see if we can do a better job at offering a menu that works not only for the dine-in, but also, as I'm calling it, food that travels well. And we're going to do a number of different things in that. So Chef and I will be working on menu items and try to make sure there's a good offering of food that travels well, and also have the people who work in the call centers be more aware and can help guide you in making selections for food that'll be pleasurable when you decide to eat it. Because I chatted with a resident the other day, and he said, well, we get our food in the afternoon, but we don't choose to eat till evening, and then we reheat it, and it put me mindful that we're preparing food and then it's being held for 2, 3, in this case 4 hours, and then reheated. So we're gonna be really putting some focus on some of those menu items as well. So I really truly appreciate the feedback that we received. It helps us work towards providing a better level of service and food menu items to our residents here at Cedarfield, and we really do value that feedback. And if you have anything at all, please don't hesitate to stop by or email me or speak to Jim, Steve, Clara, and Telma in the dining room. We appreciate all the feedback we get. Thank you very much, and that concludes my announcements. And we're going to Rebecca from our Wellness and Leisure.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rebecca Merritt, the Director of Wellness and Leisure. I just want to thank everybody for the great turnout that we had at the Fall Festival last week. It was so fun with the fall photo shoot, the games, the prizes, the music, just everyone coming together safely. It was wonderful to see. One thing I want to do is welcome James Torres. Some of you all may have seen him around the community. He started last Wednesday. He's our new lifestyles coordinator. As mentioned, he is in the most recent Informer on the back page with his picture. He's very artistic, very creative. He decorated the front of our community and town center for harvest and fall, so come check out those decorations if you get a chance. He's very proud of the job he did. We are finalizing the pictorial. I know that's a hot topic here. So in the next 2 days that is wrapping up for printing. We're very proud of our hard work, everyone coming to get their photo taken, the staff helping, the team members helping us get that large project done. I did want to update that we are going to be having our Cedarfield phone directory updated as well and printed at the end of this month. So that's the in-house phone directory with everyone's numbers to include those folks who have moved in recently. So we're excited to have that rolling out for you shortly. One thing that I'm really also excited about is our Oktoberfest program that we're going to be celebrating the 27th, 28th, and 29th. And in the Informer, we do have our information regarding these festivities. We're really excited about this. Is another thing that we're doing, another celebration to celebrate the 25th anniversary. So we're going to have music, we're going to have wonderful food. So please definitely follow the instructions on the sheet in the Informer regarding calling ahead to ensure that we have your reservation. And we hope you attend. We are really having a great time with Sunday movies in the fellowship hall. I know I came in this past Sunday. We had candy, we had Cokes, we had popcorn. I went up and down the aisles. We have a limit of 25 here, and we had a wait list as well. Luckily, everyone was able to come and enjoy the movie. So we're going to continue to do that on Sunday afternoons for you all. Also, I know that one thing that has been mentioned is having some trips to the registrar's office so that people can vote early. So Will and I are working together, the ancillary services manager. We're going to be scheduling 4 of these trips for you all up until election day. So up until the day before election, we'll have 4 trips so you can sign up for, and more as needed, if needed, to the registrar's office, just to ensure that you can vote early. And more details to follow on that. I'll be putting up a slide shortly with that information, with the dates and the times. And also, just a reminder, on election day, we are going to be shuttling residents. I know that many of you all have voted absentee, but we are going to, of course, provide transportation for everyone to vote. We will also be having some upcoming Halloween festivities that we're going to be sharing with more details to follow, to include some decorating contests and some fun prizes. So we're still nailing out those final touches regarding that, and we'll be sharing that on Touchtown as well to celebrate the upcoming Halloween fun. We are going to have a men's meet and greet next week on October 20th at 2 in the Fellowship Hall with Brian Burton and James Torres. So I encourage the gentlemen here to come out and meet with them and have some refreshments. We're going to do a little get to know you. Not me, but the men. We'll be doing a little get to know you celebration. And then we're also on Monday going to have a Richmond Historicals Haunts program that will be live streamed on channel 971 about some local history, some fun things related to Halloween. So that'll be at 7:30 on Monday, October 19th. Once again, as Michael mentioned, the ping pong is back. We have a wonderful ping pong table. There's a slide up on Touchtown regarding the details of that. I personally got beaten 3 games in a row mercilessly, and I was drenched in sweat, running back and forth, and it wasn't pretty. So definitely these residents, many residents have been practicing their ping pong skills. More bingos are going to be scheduled, which I know everyone's excited about bingo. We're going to have the live stream, of course, and then more in-person bingos coming up in November. And also more trivia with prizes and some fun games and quizzes. And then finally, the Valentine Museum is coming back next Tuesday October 21st at 10:30, and they're going to be presenting Rosie the Riveter, talking about Richmond during World War II. So I recommend everybody to tune into the channel to watch that, and we will also have the presenter here, so you can sign up in the notebook to come and see it in person. Thank you so much.
Next up is Beth Burrell from our Horticulture department that has a couple of updates.
Well, good afternoon. Hi, I'm Beth Burrell, Cedarfield's horticulturalist, and we have just had a fabulous week moving forward with great weather. I've seen many of you out walking and exercising and just enjoying the campus, and I've gotten so much positive feedback that just about wherever you're walking and looking, there's something to enjoy. We have our wonderful pond trail and nature trails that give you a nice workout, and then just around the campus in general. So get out and try to discover more opportunities to get out and about. Our resident gardens, which are complete now and in the wellness area just up above the pool area. Almost all of the resident gardens are taken. I believe there's only 3 left. So if you're thinking about wanting a nice space to garden in, please get in touch with Christine Watt. She's our resident, or Nancy Hoffarmer. Both of those are in charge of helping you get a bed in the resident garden or putting you on a waiting list if we do run out. So if you don't enjoy gardening, please just go up there and take a look at all the fabulous flowers and vegetables and herbs that our residents are growing up there. It is quite amazing. Also, I would like to just give a few updates on the campus. Our D-Wing landscape lawn area is up and rolling. The soil has been refreshed with compost, and we had it aerated and seeded at the end of last week. And I'm already seeing some nice germination coming on. So over the next few weeks, we should start to see a nice healthy green haze with that, and we have our irrigation in place, but right now Mother Nature has been providing very nicely. As well as the campus and all the cottages have also been aerated and overseeded, and a starter fertilizer put down to help give those roots a nice jump and a nice green to those nice little green hairs coming up for grass. In addition, seasonal color is going in. Our front entrance, as you come off 3 Chopped on the Cedarfield Parkway, we have fresh new pansies and violas and snapdragons that are looking quite lovely, and they'll continue to grow and give us some pretty color going into the winter, and then back as well in the spring. And moving forward, our containers around campus will start also getting a nice refresh going into next week and the following week, as well as a few other garden areas. Then a few things that are coming up moving forward. We have myself, Garden Angels, and Fiona with Creative Corner are collaborating on having 2 art poles created. We will have some nice fir or cedar posts, 10 and 12 foot long, that will be decorated by our Cedarfield resident artisans. There will be more information to come when that wonderful art craft will be available to sign up for. And I also wanted to, Eddie, can you bring me the calendar? I just wanted to let everyone know, many of you, right there, yes, and yes. So So Jan and Mike Steele, two of our garden angels and also on our garden committee, wonderfully have again this year put together a 2021 calendar with birds of Cedarfield. Jan gets out and about the campus throughout the year and just takes some wonderful shots of our birds all around the campus. And so tomorrow is the last day to order your calendars if you haven't already. They come in a nice case, and they're a great gift and great to have just on your desk or nightstand, and just a little cheery calendar to have. And in the back of the calendar, there's information on each bird that has been highlighted for each month. So please get those orders in, and thank you to those who have already ordered.
Thank you, Beth. Just a couple other administrative updates before Matt Dameron comes up here and talks a little bit about health services. One, I just again want to thank the many residents, particularly Carol Marco and Eldon Rucker, who are really leading a huge effort from the residents' perspective and helping guide orienting new residents. We have been doing just an unbelievable job of helping new residents over the last several months land safely here at Cedarfield. And to all of the residents that have a role in helping a new resident settle safely and connected at Cedarfield within their getting them connected at the first couple of weeks. I just want to say thank you. Many of the new residents have stopped by, or I've had a pleasure of taking them to lunch, and have overwhelmingly mentioned the kindness, the welcoming spirit of Cedarfield, and it's all due to the residents of helping them welcome. So thank you. Secondly, administrative update. We're continuing our 25th anniversary monthly celebrations here, and today was no different. We had a pioneer breakfast